This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Bastia ground, Austrian 624, request clearance to Lows, Salzburg, gate Alpha 4 with information Mike.
Austrian 624, clear to Salzburg. Expect mile 2 Romeo departure runway 34. Initial climb flight level 210. Dennis filed. Squawk 6551.
Clear to Salzburg, expect mole 2 Romeo departure, runway 34, initial climb flight level 210, Dennis 5, squawk 6551, Austrian 62425.
Austrian 624, readback is correct. Report when ready.
Report when ready, Austrian 624.
This parking is too small for your aircraft. This parking is too small for your aircraft. This parking is too small for your aircraft. Boarding requested. Passengers bus is coming. Passengers boarding starting. Passengers bus is coming. Passengers boarding starting.
Boarding completed.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard this Austrian flight. We would also like to welcome all frequent flight bonus card members as well as guests booked with our Starlight partners. My name is Sascha Filzer. Together with my colleagues, I take care of you on that flight. Should you have any wishes or questions, please contact one of us. We wish you now a very pleasant stay on board and ask once more for your attention for the now following safety instructions. Thank you.
Bastia ground, Austrian 624, request push and engine start.
Austrian 624, cleared for push and engine start.
This parking is too small for your
Clear for
aircraft.
push and engine start.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention for the international safety regulations. Please remove your earphones for this important announcement.
Unsere Flugzeit hat 6 Notausgänge. 2 befinden sich im vorderen Bereich, 2 für den Tragflächen und 2 im hinteren Bereich der Kabine. Mit dem Exit gekennzeichnet. Leuchtmarkierungen führen für die
Bastia ground, 3078, we are at gate Charlie 23. Request clearance to Tessel, with information Quebec,
And 2 in the rear cabin. They are marked as
3078, clear to Tessel. Expect lift to Romeo departure runway 34. Initial climb flight level 140. Dennis file, squawk 3747.
die beiden Enden ineinander stecken. Das Aufklappen des oberen
Clear to Tessel. Expect reach to Romeo departure runway 34. Initial climb flight level 140. Dennis file, squawk 3747 3078.
wenn die Anschnallzeichen ausgeschaltet sind.
Set parking brakes.
3078, Quebec flight.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Report
Cockpit to
when
ground.
ready.
We have a good engine start.
3078.
You can disconnect.
As turbulence can occur at any time, you are required to have your seatbelt fastened
Bastia
whenever
ground,
seated.
3078, ready for push and engine start.
Unsere Flugzeuge sind Sauerstoffmasken ausgerüstet.
3078, cleared for push and engine start.
Verlust automatisch heraushalten. Die Maske
Pushback and engine start approved. 3078.
und befestigen Sie das Band um Ihren Kopf. Fliegen Sie zuerst mit eigenem
Unlocking gear.
3078, request taxi. 3078, taxi to holding point runway 34, Spare Charlie Alpha Golf.
Pull down the mask from the retainer.
Taxi to holding point runway 34, via Charlie Alpha Golf,
Tow track
3078.
disconnected, bypass pin removed.
Put on your own mask before assisting children.
Left is clear, right is clear.
Ihre Schwimmweste finden Sie unter Ihrem Sitz. Nur auf unsere Anweisung hin nehmen Sie diese hervor. Öffnen Sie die Verpackung und ziehen Sie die Weste über Ihren Kopf.
Bastia ground, 8994 for heavy, we are at gate Alpha 2. Request clearance to SIM. With information correct.
A life vest is located under your seat.
8994 heavy, clear to SIM. Expect Charlie to Quebec departure runway 34. Initial climb flight level 210. Dennis Valley, squawk 4047.
Is facing forward. Pass the strap around your waist.
Clear to SIM. Expect Kelly to Quebec departure runway 34. Initial climb flight level 210. Dennis Valley, squawk 4047. 8994 heavy.
Durch das rote Mundstück können zusätzlich noch Luft
8994 heavy, repack is correct. Report when ready.
Upon leaving the
Austrian
aircraft with the emergency exit,
624,
tag to
request
the life
taxi.
vest. If necessary, a life vest can be inflated by blowing into the red tube. Cross your arms in front of your life vest.
Alle
Report when ready.
Sicherheitsanweisungen
8994 heavy.
auf der Karte in Ihrem Sitzbereich.
For further information,
3078,
safety
hold
instructions
position.
card by your seat.
Hold position 3078.
Über Ihnen oder unter dem Vordersitz. Wenn Sie in der
Austrian 624, taxi to holding point runway 34, via Alpha Golf.
nur in die Gepäckfächer. Falls Sie Handgepäck aus den Fächern über Ihnen herausnehmen möchten, achten Sie
Taxi to holding point runway 34 via Alpha Golf.
an Bord bleiben. Bitte beachten Sie das allgemeine Rauchverbot an Bord. Dies gilt auch für elektronische Zigaretten. Schalten Sie Ihr Mobiltelefon und elektronische Geräte mit Sendefunktion jetzt auf oder in den Flugmodus. Die Sendefunktion muss während des gesamten Fluges deaktiviert bleiben. Laptops und schwere Gegenstände müssen für Start und Landung sicher verstaut werden. Informieren Sie die Kabinenbesatzung umgehend, sollte Ihr elektronisches Gerät heiß werden oder zu rauchen beginnen.
Stow your carry-on baggage in an overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. If you are seated in a first row or in an emergency exit
Bastia
row,
ground,
stow your
8994
carry-on
heavy,
baggage in
request push
overhead
and start
bins
clearing.
only. Please be careful when opening the overhead bins, as items might fall out.
3078,
In case of
continue taxi.
emergency, you must leave all your carry-on baggage on board.
Continue taxi 3078.
Anytime. This also includes electronic
8994 heavy, clear for push and engine start.
devices with a transmitting function must be switched off or turned to
Push back and engine start approved.
The transmitting
8994
function
heavy.
must remain deactivated during the entire flight. During takeoff and landing, laptops and other heavy
8994
items
heavy,
must be
request
safely
taxi.
stowed. Inform the crew immediately.
8994 heavy, taxi to holding point runway 34, via Alpha Golf.
Sie sind zum Start bereit. Bitte schließen Sie Ihren
Taxi to holding point runway 34, via Alpha Golf. 8994 heavy.
Verstauen Sie den Tisch vor Ihnen und öffnen Sie die
8994 heavy, hold position. Hold position, 8994 heavy.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Austrian 624, contact Bastia Tower 118.0.
Contact Bastia Tower 118.0. Austrian 624.
3078, hold position.
Bastia Tower, Austrian 624. runway 34, ready for departure.
Austrian 624, wind 197 degrees at 2 knots. Runway 34 cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 34, Austrian 624.
Austrian 624, contact Bastia approach 127.255.
Contact Bastia approach 127.255.
89094, heavy, hold position.
Hold position 890.
Bastia approach, Austrian 64, small to Romeo departure, passing 2700, landing flight level 210.
Austrian 624, radar contact. Continue climb flight level 210.
Continue climb flight level 210.
Traffic. Descend. Clear of conflict. Descend. Clear of conflict. Descend. Clear of conflict. Descend.
Bastia approach 3078, reach to Romeo departure, passing 1900, climbing to flight level 140.
Austrian 624, contact Rome Center 131.1.
Rome Center 131.1.
3078, radar contact. Continue climb flight level 140.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, and you may now move about the cabin. However, we always recommend to keep your seatbelt fastened while you're sitting. In a few moments, the flight attendants will be passing
Rome
around
Center,
the cabin to
Austrian
inform you
64,
of
bound Hockmap, passing
Please
flight
check
level
the magazine
100, landing to
for
flight
our
level
latest
210.
offers on food, drink and duty free.
Austrian 624, radar contact. Continue climb flight level 340.
Continue climb flight level 340.
2662, when ready to stand 6000.
When ready, descend 6000. 2662.
Rome Center, 581, inbound mail. Passing flight level 90, climbing to flight level 100. 581, radar contact. Continue climb flight level 100. Continue climb flight level 100. 581. 7938. When ready, descend and maintain 1,400.
When ready, descend and maintain 1,400. 7938.
Gentlemen, once again from the flight deck and captain speaking. We've just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As we begin to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your feet and elbows clear from the aisle as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley carts shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating in the front galley where the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
Fly heading 085. When ready, descend and maintain 1,700.
Fly heading 085. When ready, descend and maintain 1,700. From 076.
Austrian 624. Contact Milan Center 124.925.
Contact Milan Center 124.95, Austrian 624.
7318. Fly heading 345. When ready, descend and maintain 1,001.
Milan Center, Austrian 64 at Okmat, flight level 240.
Austrian 624, identified. Maintain flight level 340.
Maintain flight level 240.
Expect visual approach runway 02. Expect visual approach runway 02, 5232. When ready, descend and maintain 1100. When ready, descend and maintain 1100. 5232.
Milan Center, 7938, passing flight level 100, descending to 1400.
Identified. When ready, descend and maintain 1400.
When ready, descend and maintain 1400. 7938.
2880 heavy, fly heading 165, descend 2000.
Fly heading 165, descend 2000, 2880 heavy.
3078 when ready, descend 3000.
When ready, descend 3000, 3078.
7243, descend 3000.
Descend 3000, 7243.
473 heavy, descend 3000.
Descend 3000, 473 heavy.
7938, contact by sensor approach 121.25.
121.25, 7938.
2880 heavy, contact Pisa approach 126.08.
Pisa approach 126.08, 2880 heavy.
7243, turn left heading 225.
Left heading 225, 7243.
Decimal 85. 8577.
Expect Indo 1 Whiskey arrival ILS Whiskey approach runway 04 right.
Expect Indo 1 Whiskey arrival ILS Whiskey approach runway 04 right. 5986.
1525, descend 3000.
Descend 3000. 1525.
1236 heavy, fly direct Acando. Descend 5000.
Direct to Cali. Descend 5000. 1236 heavy.
5986, when ready descend 3000.
When ready descend 3000. 5986.
Austrian 624, expect RAS 2 Romeo arrival Sierra Bravo Golf transition ILS approach runway 15.
Expect RAS 2 Romeo arrival Sierra Tango Golf transition ILS approach runway 15. Expect RAS 2 Romeo arrival Sierra Bravo Golf transition ILS approach runway 15. Austrian 624.
3078, turn left heading 225.
Left heading 225, 3078.
Austrian 624, when ready descend flight level 190.
When ready descend flight level 190, Austrian 624.
162, when ready descend flight level 190. When ready, descend flight level 190, 162. 22901, when ready, descend flight level 190.
When ready, descend flight level 190, 22901.
7243, continue descent flight level 30.
Continue descent flight level 30, 7243.
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as we have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business we need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft
right
is
heading
safely
260.
updated. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for a ride.
Right heading 260, 7243.
Fly heading 215.
Flight heading 215, 7243.
7243, turn right heading 305.
Right heading 305, 7243.
Turn left heading 285.
Left heading 285, 7243.
7243, fly heading 305.
Fly heading 305, 7243.
7243, turn right heading 350. Cleared ILS Whiskey approach runway 04 right. Report established on localizer.
Right heading 350. Cleared ILS Whiskey approach, report established on localizer. 7243.
Continue descent 2200.
Continue descent 2200, 1525.
Established on localizer.
7243, continue approach.
Continue, 7243.
Austrian 624, contact Vienna Center 124.4.
124.4 for the Austrian 624. Vienna Center, Austrian 64, passing flight level 300, descending to flight level 190.
Rate heading 335, 4858.
Austrian 624, radar contact. Continue descent flight level 190.
And we continue descent flight level 190, Austrian 64.
4858, turn left heading 170.
Left heading 170, 4858.
Turn left, heading 215. Descend and maintain flight level 20.
Left heading 215. Descend and maintain flight level 20, 4858.
Turn right heading 240.
Right heading 240, 4858.
4858, turn left heading 220.
Left heading 220, 4858.
4858, turn right heading 270.
Right heading 270, 4858.
4858, fly heading 245.
Fly heading 245, 4858.
4858, turn right heading 290.
Right heading 290, 4858.
29909, descend 7000.
Descend 7,000. 29909.
4858, turn right heading 105.
Right heading 105, 4858.
4858, turn left heading 210.
Left heading 210, 4858.
29999, contact Munich Center 120.65.
Contact Munich Center 120.65. 29909.
8049, direct Romeo Tango Tango. Descend flight level 190.
Direct Romeo Tango Tango. Descend flight level 190, 8049.
4858, fly heading 195.
Fly heading 195, 4858.
4858, fly heading 230.
Fly heading 230, 4858.
4858, fly heading 195.
Fly heading 195, 4858.
4858, turn right heading 235.
Right heading 235, 4858.
4858, turn left heading 115.
Left heading 115, 4858.
4858, turn left heading 140.
Left heading 140, 4858.
4858, turn left heading 120.
Left heading 120, 4858.
2042 heavy, descend flight level 190.
Descend flight level 190, 2042 heavy.
4858, turn left heading 170.
Left heading 170, 4858.
4858, turn left heading 145.
Left heading 145, 4858.
Austrian 624, continue descent flight level 120.
Continue descent flight level 120, Austrian 624.
4858, turn right heading 125.
Right heading 125, 4858.
4858, turn right heading 140.
Right heading 140, 4858.
4858, turn right heading 180.
Right heading 180, 4858.
2042 heavy, continue descent flight level 100.
Continue descent flight level 100, 2042 heavy.
4858, turn left heading 160.
Left heading 160, 4858.
8049, contact instruct radar 128.975.
Instruct rate, 128.975, 8049.
Austrian 624, cleared RAS 2 Romeo, arrival Sierra Bravo, Golf transition.
Clear to last to Romeo arrival, Sierra Bravo Golf transition.
4858, turn right heading 125.
Right heading 125, 4858.
Austrian 624, continue descent flight level 100.
Continue descent flight level 100, Austrian 624.
4858, fly heading 140.
Fly heading 140, 4858.
4858, fly heading 185.
Fly heading 185, 4858.
2042 heavy, contact plate confirmed radar 123.325.
Contact plate confirmed radar 123.325, 2042 heavy.
4858, turn left heading 170.
Left heading 170, 4858.
4858, turn left heading 155.
Left heading 155, 4858.
4858, turn right heading 125.
Right heading 125, 4858.
Austrian 624, contact Salzburg, radar 132.46.
132.46, Austrian 64. Salzburg radar, Austrian 64, Bastia to wrong arrival, passing the flight level 120, descending to flight level 10.
Austrian 624, radar contact. Continue descent 8000. NH 1010.
Continue descend 8000, QNH 1010.
29er, established on localizer. 29er, continue approach. Will continue approach. 29er. 29er. Contact Salzburg Tower 118.1. Contact Salzburg Tower 118.1. 29er.
Salzburg radar 6624, Monkey 2 Romeo 11, passing 9,000, descending to 7,000.
Devices must now be switched off and stowed ready for landing.
6624, radar contact. Continue descent 7,000.
Continue descent 7,000, 6624.
6624, continue descent 4,000.
Continue descent 4,000, 6624.
6624, cleared Sierra Bravo Golf transition.
Cleared Sierra Bravo Golf transition, 6624.
Austrian 624, continue descent 4,000.
Descend 4,000, Austrian 64.
Cleared ILS approach runway 15. Report established on localizer.
Cleared ILS approach, report established on localizer, 6624.
1
established on localizer.
6624, continue approach.
We'll continue approach, 6624.
Contact Salzburg Tower 118.1.
118.1, 6624.
Austrian 624, speed 180.
Speed 180, Austrian 60.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
$2,500. $2,500.
Austrian 624, cleared ILS, approach runway 15. Report established on localizer.
Clear to ILS approach runway 15, report established on localizer. Austrian 60.
$2,500.
Austrian 64, established on localizer.
Austrian 624, contact Salzburg Tower 118.1.
118.1, Austrian 64. Salzburg Tower, Austrian 64, final runway 15.
Austrian 624, number 2, continue approach.
Continue Boarding approach number 2.
Vacated contact ground 128.3.
Vacated contact ground 128.3, 6624.
Austrian 624, wind 3, 25 degrees at 4 knots. Cleared to land, runway 15.
Clear to land, runway 15, Austrian 624.
1,000. 500. 400. 100 above. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 5.
Auto brake off.
Austrian 624, when vacated contact ground 128.3.
When vacated, contact ground 128.3. Salzburg ground, Austrian 624, runway vacated.
Austrian 624, taxi to 2, via Charlie.
Taxi to 2 via Charlie.
Meine Damen und Herren, wir sind pünktlich gelandet. Bitte bleiben Sie zu Ihrer eigenen Sicherheit noch gemeinsam mit uns, solange angeschnallt sitzen, bis das Flugzeug seine endgültige Parkposition erreicht hat und die Anschnallzeichen ausgeschaltet wurden. Ihre gesamte Besatzung möchte sich nun von Ihnen verabschieden. Es hat uns sehr gefreut, dass Sie heute unser Gast waren und wir hoffen, Sie haben sich bei uns an Bord wohlgefühlt. Haben Sie nun noch einen schönen Tag für eine angenehme und sichere Weiterreise. Vielen Dank und auf Wiedersehen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have landed on time. For your own safety, please remain seated with us with your seatbelts fastened until the aircraft has reached its final parking position and the fasten seatbelt signs have been turned off. Your entire crew wants to say goodbye to you now. We thank you for having chosen Austrian and Starlines for your flight today and hope you felt comfortably on board. Have a nice day and safe onward journey. Thank you and goodbye.
To set parking brakes to request ground services. Passengers bus is coming. Passengers deboarding starting.